What's good YouTube, it's Jason back here with another video. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how I took these photos at nighttime. This was during Halloween this past Sunday. Today is Friday that I'm filming this. I'm going to pop up some images to kind of give you an idea of what the photos that I took, and I posted on my Instagram. If you haven't checked my Instagram already, I'm going to break down what my equipment that I use, the lens that I use, the settings that I use, and also the adjustments of when you take this photo and how you take it, the angles, and also adjusting your flash. So this right here is a Yongnuo Speedlight YN564. I use this more than anything else when it comes to night photography. I don't use an external light like some people do, although this does the job really well. This is only $100 on Amazon, so it's much cheaper than getting the branded version of Canon or Sony or Nikon, whatever brand that it is. So at the very top of this, there's an extension that you could pull out, and there's a little reflector here. When you're taking a photo, the flash will come out from this side here and it will reflect off of this little paper directly in front of your subject. If I'm taking a photo landscape, I will extend it all the way back so it has a little curve here. When I'm taking a photo landscape, for example, the flash will go directly on the subject. It won't be dark either on the bottom, top, left, or right. It will be in the center. If I'm taking a portrait, for example, then I want to extend it all the way like a little F here and a 90-degree angle, and I would obviously turn my camera to the portrait, and same thing, I would have my flash directly facing the subject. If sometimes you don't want to overexpose your photos, maybe sometimes you want to extend it a bit higher, I typically shoot it like this. The settings that you want to also use when you're taking a portrait, when you're shooting with a Canon camera like myself with the 5D Mark III, you want to set your shutter speed to 1/200 seconds. I shot it actually a couple times with 250, and there's a black bar comes below the photo. If you want to have a full clear photo, you set it to 1/200. Also, when you're setting your aperture, you want to set it to around 4.5 to 5.6, because if you put your aperture at the very lowest, let's say for a 2.8 for example, since the aperture would be so wide, a lot of light would be coming in, and also with the motion, and it will blur out the corners of each image sometimes. It will be hard for your lens as well to be focused on your subject, and it will be finding the most light around it. Sometimes it won't even focus on your subject. The higher the aperture is at 5.6, the more clear you get your portrait of the subject, and there's no blurring. With the ISO, I set it to around 800 or 1250, or even sometimes around 400. That's kind of how I shoot my photos. The lens that I typically use is my 24-70 f2.8 L series lens. It's the best range for me when I'm shooting these night photography shots. Very convenient. It's very tricky and you have to get used to it, so you have to shoot a lot either as practice. If you're an amateur photographer, you've just been 2-3 years into it and you don't want to put yourself in that position of being nervous shooting an event like that, I suggest just have somebody as a subject, as a practice, so you get used to it when you're taking these shots for a client. The flash is the most important aspect when you're taking night photography. I really do hope this tutorial helps you. I hope you learned a few things from this, and if you haven't gone into night photography, shooting portraits, events like this at a club, comment down below if you learned a new thing in photography that you didn't know before. Don't forget to follow me on all socials, my Instagram, my TikTok, Twitter. All my behind the scenes content goes there. You could find my photos and videos from these shoots that I do before I put it on YouTube, of course. Don't forget to like this video, share this, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. Do appreciate you all. We're still gonna go to 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2021. Hope you guys have a great day. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you next week. See you in the next video. And until next time, peace out.